All right. So welcome to your Emo Sacral Chakra flow today. So today's class is going to be all about the hips. So this is kind of a sneak preview of what you get in the Aligned as Fuck program, where we're going to be focusing on different chakras as we continue on through the 7 weeks. And today's class, I will lead you through a hip opening class that's kind of fluid and repetitive because the sacral chakra is ruled by water, which, right, is that kind of fluid and movement, which is also why we're going to be doing hip openers. And then we're going to end class in like an inner child meditation. The sacral chakra governs the ages of 8 to 14, which might be the exact age that you started getting into emo music. It might not be, but generally, at least that's what it was for me. So that being said, we'll get started in a child's pose. So draw your knees wide and bring your toes together, and lengthen your arms out long in front of you. And if you've never done yoga before, welcome to this class. It's not going to be too crazy, but you will feel your hips probably tomorrow. Reach your arms out long in front of you, draw your head towards the floor, and then maybe bring your forehead onto a block. Or maybe, if you're not mic'd up, you can bring your forehead all the way to the ground. And then you'll just take the first few moments to get situated as I press play on our playlist, and we shall get started. Eyes can close or they can soften. I like to also maybe rock my forehead a little bit side to side, massaging my third eye space, and just allow yourself to breathe deeply here, getting situated within this space. And then here, maybe you cultivate an intention, and maybe it's around your sacral chakra and what it means to you. Generally, it's a space of emotions, of thoughts, of passion, right? It's that feeling of getting lost in the moment, right? Also pleasure and sensuality. It's the place of like pure joyfulness, like childlike joy, right? So maybe you take a moment to cultivate an intention around one of those aspects. Maybe it's to stop being so darn emo. Whatever it is, take a deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out, let it go. 2 more breaths like that. Breathe on in and release it out. Begin to bring yourself up into your tabletop, drawing your knees to about hips distance, hands directly underneath the shoulders, and you'll just find some cat-cows here. So drop the belly, open up the heart as you look forward. And then exhale, tuck tailbone under, drop head in, round spine. And then just move like that, adding in anything else you might need or want in your practice today. Sometimes kidney squeezes side to side feel good. Since we're tapping into the sacral chakra or getting into our hips, maybe you wag your hips side to side. This feels really great for me today. I don't know if any of y'all some of you are here on Monday. We did some stuff. It might feel good to kind of just move your hips a little bit side to side, right? Finding that fluidity, right? That water element that's governed by that second energy center. All right, take 1 more breath here. And then find your way through near neutral. We're going to sink back into our child's pose. So sink your hips back down, let your head grow heavy, and then walk your fingertips a little bit further forward. So palms are flat, but your elbows are lifted. And then look forward, begin to round forward. You're going to shift your shoulders over your wrist, and then see if you can drop your hips so that they're in line with both the knees and the crown of the head. So you're in like a kneeling plank. You might need to adjust the stance of the hands. Bend your elbows, come all the way to the floor. Whew. All right, press into your feet, press into your hands, rise up baby cobra. Lift the chest any amount. I want you to press your hands into the floor. Imagine dragging your hands back so your hands don't move. They're just creating this little bit of tension. And as if you're like opening up a pickle jar with both hands, see if you can create that same tension outward, like you're trying to open it out to the sides. Gripping the hands on the floor. All right, soften down. Press yourself up to your tabletop and then sit yourself back into your child's pose. Do that twice more. Try to find fluidity within this, right? Rounding forward. Dropping the hips halfway down, coming down as one solid plank all the way to the belly. Press yourself up to your baby cobra. Relax back down. Press yourself up. Sink your hips back. Remember to breathe. So let's inhale, round forward. Exhale, come down into your chaturanga until you're on the floor. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, soften down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink back. Just do one more. See if you can find a little bit more fluidity here. Round forward. Come all the way down. Heart opener, lift up. Soften down. Press up. And sink back. This time, step your right foot to the outside of the right hand, coming into your lizard lunge. Your right knee is over your right ankle. Hands are on the inside, tented fingertips. And if you know me, you know I love my blocks. My fingers get tired from being tented all the time. A couple of breaths here. Try to draw your sternum forward. And actually, let's tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. See if you can get that left leg even further back anymore. And then drop the knee back down. Take a breath here. All right, from here, you're gonna draw the right leg back behind you and then create some hip circles. Hands can stay on blocks or they can come down, but you'll just draw a circle with the right knee in one direction 3 times. And then the other direction. And then drop that knee down. We'll take that lizard lunge to the other side. So step your left foot forward to the outside of the left hand. Take a moment here, tented fingertips or hands on blocks. Try to pull the sternum bone forward and then tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. See if you can lengthen that back leg any further, back. I was like, what's the wording for that? And then shine your heart forward. Take a deep breath here. Let it go. Exhale. Bring your left leg back behind you, bend the knee, and again, hands can stay on blocks or they can come to the floor. Circle out that hip 3 times in one direction, and then the other. And then come back down. Walk yourself into your downward facing dog. So if you don't know what that is, basically you come into your plank, right, shoulders over wrists, lift the knees, and then drive your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Paddle out the legs, bending into one knee and then the other. Streaming your hips side to side. You can lift and lower your heels. And then I want you to really press the earth away. I want you to drive your hips up towards the sky. And then I want you to think about lifting your inner thighs up and then pressing your inner thighs back. You might feel like a broadening of the heels a little bit, right? Tendencies for heels to kind of cave in. See if you can make sure your heels are directly behind your feet, your toes. I guess your heels are part of your feet, huh? But behind your toes is what I meant. Draw your heels towards the ground, press the earth away, and then tiptoe your feet to your hands at the top of the mat and find a ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows and let your head hang heavy. Sway a little bit side to side. And then release your hands. Heel toe your feet out to about mat's distance. Heels in, toes out, and sink your butt down. And for some of us, we might be up here, right? You might even be a little bit higher, but maybe you're able to drop it low. If you are dropping it low, try not to dump into it, and then see if you can lift a little bit higher so that you're not dumping into it, right? And then notice if your inner gremlin's coming out, I want you to pull the shoulders down and back, hands are to your heart, and lift your chin to parallel. Breathe. Press elbows into knees, knees into elbows. Feel this deep hip opener. This is also good for root chakra as well. Take a deep breath here. Bring your hands to the floor, straighten your legs, heel toe your feet back through hips distance. All right, you're gonna lift up halfway, and you're gonna step your left foot back. Left foot, take the big step back. Now you're in your active lizard, so you're gonna keep your back knee lifted if possible here. And then again, pull your sternum forward. Walk your back thigh even further, or your left heel further back, back, and then kick through that heel. Lift from the back inner thigh a little bit more. Take another breath. Whew. Wide-legged straddle to the left. Walk yourself to the left side of the mat. Draw your toes in, heels out. You might need to adjust here, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, fold between your legs, let it go. Draw the crown of the head towards the earth. Option here is to keep your hands underneath your shoulders, or I like to grab my ankles and then draw the elbows out to the sides, feeling a little bit more of a pull towards that space between the legs. And then lift up halfway. All right, you're gonna bend into your back knee. Again, gonna be different for different people. You might be up here in this side lunge, right? You might be up high, or you might draw your left toes a little bit out to the left and be able to dip your hips a little bit lower, coming into this almost like half malasana shape of skandasana, right? And maybe your front toes even pick up. All right, we're gonna try to find some fluid movement here, right? Trying to go back and forth, moving at your own pace that feels sustainable and sensational. And you're gonna try to keep your hips as low as possible. You're gonna come into a lizard at the top of the mat. So slow and controlled. Walk yourself to the top of the mat, pop up your back heel, shine your heart forward, and then send it back into your skandasana. Right? You can move your hands on blocks or tented fingertips, or you can even core support, bringing your hands to heart center, popping up the back heel, and then sending it back. Do 2 more like that. Tapping into those hips, right? Feeling that fluidity within the shape. Next time you're at the top of the mat in your lizard, keep it there. All right, take a second. Do you want a little bit of heat, or do you want to chill? We'll just do 1 tricep tap. If you know my classes, you know what that is. Basically, what you'll do is tap your left knee to your left tricep. Boop. Send it back. And then we'll all meet in the malasana squat. So that yogi squat we did earlier, step your left foot to the outside of the left hand. Sink your booty to the floor. Hands to your heart. Deep breath in. Cleansing breath out. Hands come to the floor, straighten your legs. Heel toe your feet back through hips distance. Take a couple of breaths here. Deep breath in. Cleansing breath out. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. All right, let's lift up halfway. Exhale, step your right foot back this time. Walk your hands to the inside of your left leg. Take a couple moments here to settle here. I want you to walk your back foot a little bit further, getting length, and then pull the sternum bone forward, the chest forward. Be active with your back quad. Don't let it just sink to the floor. Can you straighten the leg by feeling the quad work here? Feel your right hip flexor open. And then wide-legged straddle to the right. Toes in, heels out, fold between the legs. Let your head grow heavy. Breathe deeply. Inhale. And exhale. All right, you're gonna lift up halfway. You're gonna bend into your back leg. You're gonna bend into your right leg. So again, you might be upright like this, right? Or you might be able to spin your right toes outward a little bit, drawing your right knee towards the right toes or in that same direction. Maybe your front toes even pick up. Take a couple of breaths here. Some of you do this flow with me quite often, but see if you can come back to a beginner mindset, right? Trying to bring in that like childlike joy of just feeling the flow, right? Going back and forth. So wherever you are, let's go back and forth here. Whether you're up high or low, we're gonna make our way back to our lizard at the top of the mat. And you're gonna pop up your back heel. Shine the heart forward. Feel your hips open and then send it to the back. Same thing. Feel your hips open here at the back of the mat. Bend into your back leg. And then move at your own pace. Reminder, you can also core support if you want that little bit of heat, right? That little bit of core power, tapping into your solar plex chakra, right? That third one. Walk yourself back and do that twice more, moving at your own pace, right? Trying to find that fluidity like a wave, and you come forward with force, but with ease and grace at the same time. Send it back. All right, last time. Send it to the top and hang out there. You want to tap into that third chakra, your solar plexus. Do one tricep tap here, right knee to right elbow. Send it back. It's just an option, right? And then hop it up, Malasana squat. We're going to come down. I'm going to bring a block underneath my sit bones this time. And then I'm going to extend my left arm to the left. Left hand comes in front of the left toes. Right arm will reach up towards the sky. Expand your chest towards the ceiling. Maybe look up at the top thumb. Breathe deeply here. Open up. And then exhale, other side. Right hand out to the right. In front of the right toes. And then left arm reaches up towards the sky. Look up at the top thumb. Expand your chest open a little bit more. Breathe deeply. And then draw it back. If it feels safe for you and your knees, you're just going to plop onto your back. So get there if you get there, or however you'd like to get there. Once you're on your back, draw the knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze and rock a little side to side. All right, from here, you're going to find a quick happy baby, the first one of a few. Draw your knees out wide. And then from here, you'll place just your left foot, or let's place our right foot to the floor first. Right foot to the floor. Cross your left ankle over your right leg, and then press your left thigh away. Take a moment here and notice if this feels okay. You can stay here. If you want a little bit more, you'll draw your right leg into the chest. Grab behind the right thigh. Press your left elbow into your left knee. Flex your left toes. Relax the shoulders down. Feel your left hip opening up. Breathe deeply. As you draw that right leg into your chest, see if you can think about your tailbone pressing into the floor, especially that left tail or the left side of the sit bones, right? See if you could imagine like the left top of your butt cheek come to the floor, and you might feel a little bit more sensation, but keep drawing that right knee into your chest and you really feel it, right? All right, from here, release your hands. Drop your right foot to the floor. Keep this shape. We'll move our hips over to the left, and then you'll drop the shape over to the right. Left arm reaches out to the left, and you can look to the left. Allow yourself to feel like you're grounding, you're getting some rest here. Allow yourself to feel the decompression of the spine, decompression of the mind. Another thing that the Sacral Chakra rules is artistic expression, creativity, art. Sometimes I think yoga is much like art, right? The art of moving your body without hurting yourself. Take another breath here. Come back through center. Unravel your legs. Walk your feet out. And then knock your knees to the left and to the right. There's an art in yoga to find the balance between effort and ease, which I'm sure is the same in artistic expressions. But I don't know anything about that. So I do want to start a band. All right, we'll take all of that to the other side, both of those poses. Step your left foot to the floor. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Flex your right toes, and then press your right thigh away. From here, you'll grab your left thigh and hug it in, but your foot can stay grounded if you prefer. And then I want you to pull your left knee into your chest. Draw your right elbow away, or sorry, your right knee with your right elbow away from you, if that's possible. But either way, I want you to think about bringing the top of the right glute towards the floor, and you might feel a lot more in this right outer hip, right? Think about as you keep the left leg where it is, can you feel a little bit of opening by drawing your right thigh away from you and your right glute away from you? Some of these poses, if we do them all the time, you stop feeling them, right? Especially the ones that are like this one, right? Where we do it a lot. We've done it since we were kids. And if you don't mindfully choose what to be doing and focusing on, you may not feel it. So can you feel that right hip press towards the floor and feel a little bit more sensation? And then drop your left foot to the floor. You're going to move your hips to the right. You're going to keep your legs in this figure four shape. Just move your hips to the right a little bit, a couple of inches, and then drop the shape to the left. So right foot comes to the floor. And then your right elbow reaches out to the right, look to the right. Take another breath here. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Draw the legs back through center. Unravel them. Windshield wiper the knees left and right. From here, we'll come into one active bridge. So feet are about hips distance. If you're feeling cooked, the block can go underneath the sacrum. Otherwise, hands come down by your sides. I want you to lengthen the tailbone as far forward as you can so that the low back begins to press down and your tailbone comes off the floor. And then drive your feet into the ground, driving the hips up. I want you to think about lengthening the knees towards the toes and see if you can feel any more length in the front body. We are American, well, maybe not all of us, a lot of us are in general alive humans in a space where we sit all day. So can you feel your hip flexors lengthen after a full day of possibly sitting or even bicycling, right? Driving, all these things shorten our hip flexors. Can you drive your hips a little bit higher? Feeling the length in the front of the hips here. Lift a little bit more. Maybe you puff your chest towards your chin. Take one more inhale and then drop it down. Draw the soles of the feet together. Let your knees go wide. We'll just take 5 breaths here. From here, grab the outsides of the knees or the outsides of the feet as you draw the knees in here, coming into your happy baby, right? Tapping into that sacral chakra. That is the place of childlike joy. So maybe you feel like a little happy baby. During Halloween, I was calling it Rosemary's Baby's pose. Couple of movements here. You're going to find these final fidgets and movements before you come into your Shavasana. So whenever you feel ready, you can just lay flat on the floor. You can end in a seated meditation. You can end in that butterfly shape we're in, whatever shape feels restorative. Just lay down, close your eyes, soften your gaze, and breathe deeply. And take a moment to settle and to soften here. In through the nose, out through the nose. Allow your breath to grow long and smooth. Allow these breaths to center yourself. Feel the breath cleansing the body, healing the second energy body, and calming your mind. Imagine yourself as a child, any age, full of curiosity and innocence, picturing your younger self, this version of you of the past, in the past. As you notice this child, you, notice the child's attitude and expressions. Take a moment to reflect on any emotions that are popping up, experiencing what you feel, noticing any memories pop up. As you imagine yourself as this child, just notice how they're feeling. Listen to their responses without judgments as you ask them how they are. They may share joy and wonder, but they may share concerns or fears. If there's any painful or unresolved emotions from your past, gently acknowledge them. Offer them your full attention and your reassurance. Embrace your inner child's feelings, both happy and sad. Noticing what you notice and feeling what you're feeling. It's okay to feel anything that arises. Offer love and compassion to your inner child, reassuring them that you are here to heal and support them. You are not here to judge or ignore, but to embrace with loving kindness. Allow yourself to feel the gentle kindness and affection you would naturally extend to any child experiencing these situations and feelings or beliefs. Embrace the compassion that's ignited within you. Breathe the compassion and empathy in. Visualize a nurturing, protective light surrounding your inner child, keeping them safe and secure. Letting them know that this light is here to provide love and care, stability and strength. Maybe you share positive affirmations with your inner child, like you belong. You are creative. You are loved. You are worthy. You deserve joy. Encourage them to believe all of these things, to believe in their own worth, their own potential. Putting these affirmations and this light surrounding your inner child, protecting, holding them there, nurturing and nourishing. Take a few deep breaths here, inhaling positive energy. And exhaling any lingering tension. Inhaling these affirmations, these positive beliefs. And releasing any negativity. Breathe in joy. Breathe in creativity, passion, pleasure. And let go of what no longer serves you. Old stories, old triggers, release. Take a deep breath in and a cleansing breath out. Returning to this present moment. Still carry the warmth and healing energy of that protective light. Feel it heal your sacral chakra. Breathe deeply. Take a deep breath in and a cleansing breath out. Light little movements in fingers and toes, wrist and ankles. Find a full morning stretch, reaching through your fingers, reaching through your toes, waking up your body. Draw the knees into your chest and give yourself a big squeeze. Take a moment to thank yourself for making it to your practice today, for connecting to your body, to your breath, to the present moment, to your inner child, to your hips, to your sacral, to all of it. And then when you're ready, rock and roll yourself up to seated or pass through fetal position, but get there as you get there, coming up to a nice comfortable seat, sitting cross-legged or on your heels. And then your hands can come to your heart center. You can relax your shoulders down and back and lift through the crown of the head. I'll share a couple of breaths and then an om. You can join in or just listen. So take a deep breath in. And the cleansing breath out. Do that again. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Breathing into om. Om. Thank you so much for joining me in your practice today. The light, the shadow, all within me reflects all within you. Thank you so much for coming out today. I hope to see you soon. If I won't see you at our aligned chakra program starting next week, I hope to see you in regular classes. If you want to have any information about that program, just let me know. It's 7 weeks. There's the replay from the workshop that we had on Sunday that I thought was like, I loved it. I loved connecting in person, but obviously you'll be doing the replay, but you can always reach out to me via Instagram or email or whatever. I always like to connect with everyone. The chakra program starts on Tuesday for the live classes, but on Sunday you'll receive the first guided meditation for the root chakra, as well as a guidebook for it. It has tons of journal prompts, tons of different information like herbs and oils and tarot and all these things that can be associated with each of the chakras. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. There's lots of fun themes, including a headstand workshop at the end when we get into the crown. I hope to see you soon, y'all. Thank you. Do, do, do.